Oriental poison.
What's up guys, Assassin Pro here with my review on Ghost Recon Wildlands. Ghost Recon Wildlands is an open world tactical shooter where you are dropped in the country of Bolivia to take on the drug cartel known as Santa Blanca. You could either play the game with 3 other friends or with 3 other AIs, and from personal experience, please play with your friends. The AIs are terrible. Even when given commands, they don't really do much for you. And that's just my personal experience with them. The plot of the game is Santa Blanca is a drug cartel which takes over the country. They have bought the police, the military, politicians, etc. And over time their influence grew to the point where Bolivia had turned into a narco state. A bomb targeted a U.S. embassy in La Paz. Its intended target was a DEA agent by the name of Ricardo Sandoval. He was kidnapped and then killed by Santa Blanca, and that's where you come in.
Oh shit, we've been spotted.
Now this isn't the game where you just go in an area, shoot it up, and kill the boss. You actually have to scope it out. You are equipped with a drone that you use to scope out where enemies are, and if there's any sirens that can give out your position. And there are mortar strikes. Enemies can mortar strike you, which I've seen it happen to myself, and it is very fun. Well, not fun, but you get the point. During the course of the game, there are many bosses and henchmen you go after. There is no order in doing so. You choose that. You don't want to do story missions? That's fine. You could always go and explore the country of Bolivia. The map is huge, and I mean massive. Biggest open world map I have seen in a game in a very long time. Not to mention the weather patterns and how cool it is to see day turn into night and vice versa. While you're exploring, you could also do side missions, which give you skill points for rebel support, which include things like mortar drops. They can bomb an area, and vehicle drop-offs. If you're in an area that there's no vehicle in the vicinity and you want one, they will drop one off in your position. Now for the story. The story for me, of course, is really interesting, from the bosses you have to kill or capture to how much stealth is needed for your missions. And yes, there are missions where you have to go into an area that's heavily guarded, completely undetected. Unlike Destiny's storyline, Wildlands is well put together. Even when you do missions in your order, you will not get confused as to what is going on, which is very nice. For the guns, there are a ton to use. Assault rifles, snipers, shotguns, handguns, you name it. And the cool thing that I liked is they actually scattered a lot of guns that you can unlock all around the map in weapon cases. And there are some pretty good guns in there. The driving is actually not all that bad. Some people have told me that it's terrible and they don't like it, but I mean, it's not GTA, so you could even drift around corners, which I like doing a lot. There are airplanes and choppers you can fly. Flying those is basically just like you would in GTA. There are numerous different vehicles you can use, from bikes to, like I said, choppers. Now I'm going to give you guys some pros and cons to the game in case you are still wondering if you should get it. Now, I do play the game on Xbox One, but I won't be biased towards PC or PS4. I mean, they're pretty all much the same. And I'm going to start off with cons because there's only 2 cons that I have encountered. Driving or doing anything at night is the worst. You can't see anything. The headlights on the cars do not go out much, and it basically looks like you're driving in pitch black. That's tough because there's a lot of civilians that do walk around on the side of the roads, and if you kill them, it'll give you a warning saying don't kill civilians or it's game over. I don't know what happens when it's game over, but I really don't want to find out. That's where your night vision comes into play. It's not the greatest, but it works. The second con is, like I said before, the AIs. They don't do much for you. From what I've seen, the most they will do is if you die, they'll kill a couple enemies that are around you and then come revive you. And that's just about it. Some pros. Graphically, the game looks amazing. If you don't believe me, just take a chopper and go straight up into the air and just look at the entire map. It looks incredible. Weather patterns. So far I've experienced rain, storms, and snow, and it looks actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. And yes, driving does get a little hard when you're driving on rain or snow. The shooting is actually really nice. You do play in third person, but when you're zoomed in as first person. There is aim assist. Which nowadays what game does not have aim assist. With weapon cases, there's also medals that you find that also unlock parts for certain weapons. Another pro would be stealth. Now, I'm not much of a stealth type of person when it comes to games, but this actually made it fun. I enjoyed using a drone to scope out an area and see how I'm gonna get into a place to complete the mission. It's really nice. Overall, I highly recommend the game, not because I personally fell in love with it, but because it's an overall amazing game to play. There's a ton of content on release. I'd say there's about anywhere between 50 and 70 hours worth of mission playing time. And with all the side missions and weapon cases and interrogations you can do, aside from the story mission, I'd tack on another 10, 15, possibly 20 hours. Now, the 50 to 70 hours of the story mission, that's uninterrupted with no fails, no deaths. If I were to give the game a rating out of 10, I'd give it a 9.5 just due to those darn AIs. So that's about it. That's it for the review. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe for more. If you guys have any questions about this game, just comment below and I will respond as fast as possible. See you guys in the next video, and thank you for watching.
Yeah.